planet is the sun. And the sun is the planet of power. Power. So, how do we find our power? How do we experience our power? And what do we do with our power? This is the issue of the sun. Now, you have to realize, as I've said before, the planets and everything in astrology, these are divine forces, universal forces. So the sun is eventually the universal and ultimate force of power. And obviously, when you look at the sun in the sky, you realize that the reason there's life on Earth is because of the power of the sun. Without the power of the sun, there's nothing. And we are very disconnected from this. Those ancient rishis and mystics were not. This is why they worship the sun, because the sun is really the anchor of our existence. All the food that you eat, all the energy that you have comes from the sun. What your food is the sunlight in a form that you can digest. And without the sun, there's nothing happening. If the sun were to explode or to burn out, everything would be dead immediately. Yet, we have no idea how the sun got there, why it's doing what it's doing. It's an amazing being that we take for granted all the time. But those ancient people did not. And this eternal quality of power is what you're trying to activate and express. The divine sun within you, the cosmic sun within you, is that source of infinite power. Now, what happens is, because we live in this finite world of limited power through our physical body, the suffering of the sun, the growth process of the sun, is measuring our infinite power against our limited power. So what we're always doing with the sun is this process of trying to activate more and more power, deeper and deeper levels of power. It comes in the form of like our job and our responsibilities, and when we have power, how do we handle it? Are we a tyrant? Are we a dictator? Or are we generous? Do we give the power of the sun to others, just like the sun gives to us? You see, the secret to real power is in being generous. Because a person who is truly powerful doesn't need to pull the power from other people. They are expressing their radiant, truthful self of empowered and embodied love and light. And it's such an overflowing that it goes out and enlightens others and empowers others. When we feel a sort of poverty around the sun, then we try to pull everybody else's power toward us. You can think of the sun as the king. And a good king gives the power to the kingdom and lets the kingdom flourish. He already knows he's powerful. He doesn't need to exploit and hold it and hoard it for himself. That's a king who lacks confidence and lacks belief in power, in his own power. So remember this about yourself, that the sun within you is that radiant self, that confident self that says, I'm powerful enough to accomplish what I'm here to do. It's that radiant inner light that you want flowing into the world. And so the growth that we go through with the sun is where we try to activate deeper and deeper levels of our power.